my favorite underrated gem from Hale End, Bradley Ibrahim, a player who has been very consistent, a player who gets absolutely no chatter about him from any of the accounts that you follow on Twitter. I promise. I do the research before these player profiles and often use kind of an aggregation format to come up with some of the things that I say. And I can promise you that nobody else talks about Bradley Ibrahim except for me. And I've been talking about him since this account started over 2 years ago. Bradley Ibrahim caught my eye immediately, a profile that we do not have at Hale End otherwise and have not had at Hale End. And I'm very excited to talk about him today with all of you. Bradley Ibrahim is a 19-year-old kid who was born in Macclesfield, England, should be the next Hale End prospect to find his way into the first team. He stands at 5 foot 9 inches tall, or 1.78 meters. Bradley's presence is always felt in midfield. A tackling maestro, Ibrahim reads the game as well as anyone, eats up space like Pac-Man, and makes powerful runs on the ball. A destroyer, a powerhouse, an engine, a true number 6 with technique, carrying ability, and instinct. Bradley's earliest memories all revolve around football, whether it was watching the Premier League on TV, showing up to the local goal center in his jeans and Timberlands, or playing in PE class. Ibrahim's life has always been centered around kicking a football. Weirdly, Bradley has a memory of playing football in his neighborhood at 4 years old and being spotted by a Brentford scout who is now working at Arsenal. However, it wasn't Brentford who signed Ibrahim at a young age, it was QPR, after Bradley did trials with Tottenham, Crystal Palace, and Chelsea as well. During his time at QPR, Ibrahim enjoyed playing in every position imaginable. In an interview with Arsenal.com, Bradley said, quote, "I just loved it. Center back, center forward, winger. I would play anywhere I was asked to play. I've been everywhere, and I think that's really helped me in terms of my development as a player." At age 13, QPR told Ibrahim they were going to release him. Bradley didn't let that deter him from his goal, working hard that summer to get fitter, faster, and stronger. He spent his extra time playing for a Sunday League team and had the opportunity to play in a 6-a-side summer tournament. Well, luck would have it, and Arsenal happened to have a scout there who called Ibrahim and offered him a chance to join Hale End. Ibrahim remembers the day vividly. Quote, "You know what? I can still remember how I felt that day. You've got to remember that I grew up supporting Arsenal too, so it meant so much to me. I was shocked more than anything else. I've still got the photo of my first day at Hale End. Those memories are hard to forget." As we all know, Hale Enders, especially the midfielders, are most well known for their technical skills. Little touches of the football in tight spaces, incredible vision, and supreme weight of passing. Ibrahim saw this immediately in training and knew he wasn't near the standard needed. But over time, Bradley worked hard and closed the gap, becoming a maestro himself. Over time, he made his way through the ranks, establishing himself as a stalwart at each level in the academy. At 16 years old, in March of 2021, Ibrahim made his debut for the under-18 side in a 4-3 win over Reading. Bradley ended the season making 4 appearances for the under-18s, adding 2 assists. In February of 2022, at just 17 years old, he made his under-21 debut playing at right back, out of position, for 90 minutes in a 1-1 draw with Leicester. Later that year in October, days before he turned 18, Ibrahim made the bench for Arsenal's first team in the Europa League, and again he did a few weeks later. This season, Bradley has become an anchor for the under-21s, starring as the number 6 in the Premier League 2, the EFL Trophy, and with the under-19s in the UEFA Youth League. In his most recent appearance in the Premier League 2, Ibrahim scored a goal and assisted twice as Arsenal triumphed over Brighton. And then just over this past weekend, Bradley Ibrahim made the bench for Arsenal in the Premier League. Ibrahim has signed his scholarship with Hale End a couple years ago in the summer of 2021, and his first professional contract with the club in March of 2022. Bradley Ibrahim is a leader of men, a force to be reckoned with, and a general in midfield. As a number 6 profile needs to, he eats up open space off the ball with his combination of running power and anticipation. Bradley is strong and fast, breaking on loose balls with intent and determination. He'll catch up with attackers in midfield, but more often than not, he's positioned himself correctly to keep play in front of him. However, Ibrahim is not scared to go to ground and make a crunching tackle when he sees fit. His long legs and flexibility help to win the ball and rarely get himself into trouble with the referee, receiving 0 red cards in his 64 matches at the under 18, under 19, and under 21 levels. Bradley is a transition stopper. He'll go shoulder to shoulder with anyone, bodying attackers off the ball and winning the ball back. Over the past 18 months, Bradley's learned the importance of transition creation. Often winning the ball back, Ibrahim is capable of getting his head up and starting the attack in the same motion as his defensive action. A passing range with very little bias, Ibrahim can open up his body and ping balls to his outlets on the wing or break the lines through midfield. He has a very important skill not all players learn or are capable of: the ability to play straight balls through defense and into the path of an attacker. There's a certain overspin that needs to be created to do this effectively, and Bradley has this talent. He also has the on-ball capabilities to wriggle out of tight spaces and burst into the opponent's half, carrying the ball and releasing a shot from distance when he deems necessary. Where Bradley lacks in ball manipulation, he succeeds in carrying posture and ball protection. Long strides allow for Ibrahim to simply glide past defenders, breaking the press and creating odd man attacking situations. There's an innate feeling of awe watching Bradley Ibrahim's athleticism. It's different than what you'd expect. But when some long-legged midfielders feel clunky, he feels smooth and suave. Each touch he takes has a purpose, buying time to make a deadly action or holding a defender off until an opportunity presents itself. A patient mind and body combining for the perfect midfield profile. A player so clearly comfortable in dangerous situations that you feel calm every time he's on the ball. The future for Bradley Ibrahim is seemingly bright. Mikel Arteta has chosen him to train with the first team countless times, and now called him up to the Premier League squad during this most recent injury crisis. But Bradley doesn't need Arteta's backing to believe in himself. He has a confident head on his shoulders. Ibrahim told Football Daily when asked who he'd like to play against,
"Due better than him, he's tall, athletic, a bit like me, so it'll be a good challenge and a good battle against him, hopefully in a few years."
Hopefully Ibrahim gets a chance to debut for Arsenal's first team this season. His profile fits the team perfectly, with a great understanding for space and controlled play. A future replacement for Jorginho is right here in Hale End. As I mentioned at the top, Bradley Ibrahim is just simply one of my favorite profiles. A true number 6 who's best covering space, who's best identifying when to go in for a tackle and when to just protect his back line. A true midfielder who's happy to step between the center backs and control play from the back line or dribble through defenses when needed. Overall, I'm just thrilled to watch Bradley Ibrahim get the chance to train with the first team and sit on the bench in the Premier League, and I truly do believe he'll get his chance sooner rather than later.